Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another Warframe Showcase video. Today, I am bringing you Banshee. Specifically Banshee Prime. We're going to go over the base stats for Banshee. She is one of my favorite frames, and um, honestly, if you're... to me, she's a pseudo stealth frame. She can do anything that a stealth frame can, minus go invincible, but um, her abilities make her undetectable if you know how to use her, and her passive is pretty cool. Right now, let's just go over the base stats between Banshee Prime and Banshee. So, by the way, sorry this is a late upload. Long day at work, and I've just been chilling. So, anyways, on to base Banshee. So, base Banshee, um, the health and shield stay the same. Armor goes up by 30. Her energy goes up a little bit too, and she runs faster. As you can see here on the bottom right. Um, that's pretty much it for the base stats. She is squishier. Not as squishy as she used to be though, because back then she used to have 75 armor, so she used to like die like real quick. A little bit tanky, a little bit more tankier. She can survive a lot more. Really cool. And even like her prime, she's still squishy, but definitely if you know how to use her right, man, she's a beast. A lot of people really underestimate the power of Banshee and what you can do with her. So going over her passive real quick, and I'm doing this all live, first take, so we can do it first take. Not that. Going over her passive real quick, and I am also just going to give a brief summary of her abilities as well. As you can see, it's unranked. So she has a really cool passive that basically allows her weapons to be silenced. So you don't have to take a bow, you don't have to take like a lot of stuff. You can take like what I'm taking, the Kuva Chankor, um, and fire. You can take any like semi-auto rifle. That's usually what I run with her and stuff, and enemies around her will not hear it. That's pretty much it. Is what helps her. She has the Hush mod on her and pretty badass. So going over her first ability, Sonic Boom, essentially is just a crowd control, it's a knockback. She does have an augment that strips armor with it, and this is what it looks like. So essentially, you're gonna hit the ground, you're gonna push enemies back, and it deals a little bit of damage, not much. It does scale with range and strength. Though you're probably not going to be using these abilities because I'm going to go over two separate builds that I run for her personally, catered towards different things. On to her second ability called Sonar. Sonar, essentially what she does is she lets out a ping and marks enemies for you and your teammates on the map. And not only that, it gives them a bit of, it gives them like a weak spot for them to hit. And hitting that weak spot will deal increased damage to the person. It does scale with range and strength, and it is a very good thing. It does have an augment to where if you hit an enemy on the weak spot, it will ping again for the remaining duration, so it'll match your duration. Once your duration is out, all the other weak points you have will be gone. Really cool ability, really good like damage buff for your team, really strong. I think Banshee's really underrated, but she's really cool. Up to her next third ability is Silence. Essentially, what she does is she spreads her passive, her aura to other teammates, making their weapons silenced to a certain degree. Not only that, it dulls the enemy's sense. So even if you get into a gunfight, as long as her silence is active within a certain range, usually it matches the range with sonar. Enemies past that won't hear what's going on, you know. So it's really cool, and it really does. You can keep your team kind of quiet, you know. Both sonar and silence um, can be increased with range and duration. Um, like I said, I'm gonna go for a separate build for these things. It's gonna be separate, but yeah, give me a sec. Anyways, her fourth is one of my favorite abilities. It's called Sound Quick. Um, Essentially, what she does is she plants herself on the ground and emits sound waves off the ground. Um, Once again, this goes with range, and if you want to deal more damage with it, you can add some strength. But primarily, you're gonna want range, but this is only good. Like if you wanna like nuke, you can like do it for like low tiers, maybe like below level 20, maybe. But anything higher than that, depending on the mod, you're just gonna be staggering enemies, knocking them back, and that's pretty much it. It's just a massive like crowd control. She does have an augment called Resonating Quake, which she, I guess, lets out a pulse on the ground. And from the epicenter outward, it starts at 20 times damage, and it gets weaker the further out it goes. Um, Really cool ability, and you're gonna see this a lot if you're doing like low tier, like defense fishing missions. A lot of banshees are gonna be out there just nuking everything. And here's what it looks like. As you can see, she's gonna plant herself on the ground and just emit like waves. It does deal damage over time, and it is really good. Overall, it's a fun ability. Um, I am gonna be covering over. I'm gonna be going over the augment. Like I said, I have two separate abilities I want to show off. But right now, I'm gonna show you the abilities at base, like you saw, and show you what's up. So, what are we gonna go with today? Today, we're gonna go. We'll go with the Corpus Battle Group. We'll do that. So, we're gonna go over the first ability. This is gonna be unmodded. As, my God. Let me change this real quick. 1 second. It's part of my build. My bad. Okay. I'm gonna start this way. So this ability is fun, kind of, because it can bug out and they'll be like infinitely ragdolling throughout, but that rarely happens. Here is what. Oh, he's a level 60. Perfect. Here's what happens at base when you hit the first ability. See, it's knockback. Pretty cool. Not bad. That is the first ability. It does do a little bit of damage, but since these guys are level 60, you're not gonna notice it. Going on to your second ability, this is what's gonna happen. Before I do that, let me show you what this gun, the damage when I shoot, and with the bonus. So I'm gonna aim right here, fire, say 4,000 and 77,000. So you hit this, you see the little weak point. It deals 5 times damage when you hit a weak point. There you go. Really strong, especially with this weapon. I like it. As you can see, the damage is just going through the roof. So the build that I want to show off is with behind sonar and silence. But we'll get to that later. Let me kill this. Okay, he's dead. We're good. Showing off my third real quick. I'm gonna simulate this again. She does have an augment for her third that allows her to do finishes on enemies. But essentially what she do is this. It stuns them. I don't know if in some instances... Let me see if I can go back and come in and stun them again. Yeah. They do that the first time they get hit by it, and that's pretty much it. Their senses are dulled. You can shoot, you can do all that stuff, and if they're not aware to you, the other enemies were like super like oblivious to you. So that's basically what the third looks unmodded. Going on to your fourth. This is gonna be just her planting herself. Keep in mind while she's doing this, she is. Oh, I guess she's vulnerable. She used to be able to take damage out in the form, but yeah, it's a massive like crowd control. You can definitely mod it for range and stuff. She's dealing 200 base damage and stuff, so it's pretty cool. I like it. It deals more damage against robots, obviously, but that's because of the blast cloud. Let me kill the rest of it. So get an idea of what's okay, so if I were a beginner picking a Banshee, how would I want to mod her? So these guys did. Oh, there's more enemies. Hold on 1 second. I want to mod her. Well, ideally, what you're gonna want to go for, you're gonna want to go for range and duration. Those are your biggest friends with Banshee. I'm gonna use this less mod slot. And once again, disclaimer: you can mod however you want. You don't have to mod the way I want. Um, Intermediate, early builds. If you don't have the prime mod, you can go look for the base mod. And yeah, so going with what I got here, and once again, this has been formatted, like you see, I formatted it 3 times and stuff. But I'm gonna keep it as beginner friendly as I can. or intermediate mid game, so you can see what's up. So with her, what am I gonna want? What the hell? Oh, that's weird. Okay, anyways. Um, so what am I gonna want? I think for me right now, just a placeholder. I'm gonna put. Yeah, put Dreamer's Bond. You might want to go Energy Siphon for this one if you don't. If you have it, just to keep energy coming up. If you don't have Zenuric, another thing you could go for, honestly, if you want to just boost more of your damage for your rifle, your primary, run Rifle Amp. It's a good slot, honestly. Um, what else would I want to run? So I'm gonna want to go for range and duration. So just keep that in mind. See, this is gonna be good for range. Put that right there. Exilis. Give me 1 second. Go some power drift for some little bit of strength. By the way, these drift mods are locked behind a certain thing you get in a quest, so just don't worry if you don't get this. It's just you can replace this with like stretch or like an auger thing that you can get from like Cetus and stuff, which I'm gonna show off right now too. I'm gonna want to go with continuity. Where is it? Oh, slap on some prime flow. I guess I'll take this, put that there, put this over here. What else do I want to do? Keep in mind, I'm just using what I got. These are just like throwaway builds, something I'm coming up with on the spot. Throw in some stretch for some range. And once again, this is just a primary build, you know. Not a primary, this is a like a beginner slash intermediate build. If you don't have the prime ones, you can go farm for the base ones that can have the base flow here. What else do we want on this? And go with Auger Message. Where's the other one? Where's Auger Reach? Go with Auger Reach. Slap on some Auger Secrets. This does help with a little bit of survivability with converting your energy onto shields. This stuff you can easily swap it out for whatever else you may have if you don't have these mods. I know these can be kind of a grind thing to do. And then if you don't have these or you don't have a lot of like this, you want to go to don't if you don't want to go too deep into um these kind of mods, you can slot in some survivability mods. Like you can never go wrong with like regular vigor. You can never go wrong with like a vitality or a redirection. So just keep that in mind. Vigor, what it does is just adds shields and health, so it's really cool. I don't want to add an augment to this, so I'm gonna slot in something that's not for that. Let's see. I'll put some. Where is it? Let's see. I actually just put in some vitality. Why not? Will that fit? Yeah, will fit. Okay, that's just a placeholder. You can just put on vitality. This is like an end game stuff. Don't worry about this. No, I'll take it off. Yeah, we'll just throw on this right there. Just adding more health. Just keep in mind if you're running around with this, she's gonna be kind of squishy. So, gonna show off the build how it is. This is once again it's a throwaway build. It's just give an example of what's to come. So the knockback. Keep in mind this is the first ability with the current build. There you go. There's that. And then second sonar is that. And obviously, if you mod for strength, you will do more damage. Just keep in mind how you mod it, what you want to go for. She's really versatile, to be honest. She's really underrated, in my opinion. I wouldn't say she's super bad, but I don't really care too much about that. She's really good, honestly. Like I feel comfortable taking her like high level missions. then let me go recreate the enemies again. As you can see, the duration, it went up like a lot. Let me simulate them again. So this is what it happens when you hit your third. You hit everyone. What the augment for this one does, the Savage Silence, is enemies that are in that kind of like animation get they get stuns, and they're not stunned, they get while they're stunned they open to finishers, so just keep that in mind. And this is what her fourth looks like with the current mod setup. Now it's doing more damage. Obviously it's doing more damage to her body because it's blast, but overall you're doing a little bit more damage because of the strength. Not as much as you want to though. Keep in mind these are level 60 enemies. Still not bad. Do this to just wipe them out and show you the build that I usually run with this. Well, I run one of two builds. If you see me, this is why I love this thing. I love the ragdolls watch. You're gonna like shoot me. See, I love it. It's super hilarious. Knock these guys out. I think we are clear. Right. So switching over to my late game build. I'm gonna show you one of two because I actually do really like this frame. Let me see. Let me just clear this out. Which one is this one? This is. Okay, yeah, this is my sonar build. So essentially what I'm doing here, right? You don't have to copy exactly what it is. So as you can see, like, these are the stats. Does she have... Once, let me check something. Will it show up if I have... Okay, no, she doesn't. Okay, we're good. I thought I had Archon shells in her. Sorry. So essentially I'm modded for strength and a little bit of range. One, because I'm going to be proccing resonance a lot. And with good range is good, but essentially what the strength is for the damage it does. So you're looking at 11 times multiplier. The duration will go up, I think, with multi-efficiency, which is something you can farm off in the Zeramin. And her third also matches the sonar, so the duration isn't much, but it'll go up if you have full shields. And this deals more damage as you hold it down, but the whole point isn't to kill enemies, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just using it for her second and third. So I'm keeping level 60 enemies, so just keep that in mind. Summoning these guys. These guys are far away. Activate my third, there you go. And watch, so I'm gonna hit one, right? It's only if you hit weak. You see how I proc the little one? So now this guy has 2 weak points. This one. So it's a good bonus if you like have your team. You can literally, like, as you see in here, I'm quoting like enemies with pings, and that's it. Really good way to buff your team. Plus, if your team isn't shooting the weak points, you can just keep your damage rolling, and it's just crazy, right? I'm gonna summon them again. Simulate them. Activate my third. You see how far I hit him, you see? And then going on to my fourth, this is with this mod setup. I'm only showing this because, like, I like this play style for it. I use this in low tier, like, defense missions if I want to just bully enemies. But she's not using the augment for her fourth. This is just mainly catered towards her second and third. Mainly her second. So that's how, if I want to just spam that, this is like a general use build for me. If I feel like kind of just like snooking things. To an extent, you know, because the other setup for her fourth has its challenges because of its range. What? I'm sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up. It has its challenges because of its damage fall off with range. So this doesn't have a lot of strength. It has a lot of range. Not as much as I want to though, but it's fine because um, for me it's gonna be all of what is going on. I'm getting like hit or something. It's weird. It's meant just about. It's meant around her fourth, and if I want to go like low tier and just spam stuff, you see what's up. So in this epicenter is like 20 times. So this guy should get the most damage, and it'll scale down as it goes. So we'll see what's up. We'll do it again. Do it again. Oh, I can do it again. I need to get on energy. My bad. Like I said, this ability is really good for like low tier stuff. Like if you want an example, I'll give you an example real quick. Let's do this. We'll do this. We'll make them level. What do you say? Let's make it level 30, right? It should kill him. Should. But you maybe it'll kill him at the center. We'll see. So starting here in the center with this guy, here's what it looks like. See, it scales down the further out they go. You hit it again. The other one is more for continuous damage, but if you take this out like on a low level, um, mission, it'll just pretty much stop. It's really fun, honestly. But I don't use this build as much just because like I'm always using the other one for the damage. Like unless I'm running a defense mission, I'll run to this build. Because most tile sets are really small, and it does do a lot of damage. So there's that. Um, and how I run Banshee, like I said, because I didn't go over the loadout. I'll give her like a semi-auto rifle, semi-auto weapon. Run with her Euphona Prime because that's like the thing she came with. And I'm still trying to figure out a good melee for her. But normally I've seen people run her with gun blades mainly because they're silent and gun blades back then used to be silent and they dealt a lot of damage. So still kind of experimenting with this, but that's what I'm running with, along with Zernik to replenish the energy for spamming my fourth or whatever. And yeah, as you see, I also run my companion COVID, which can disarm people, so it's pretty cool. It forces people to come to me, and I just hit my fourth. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Banshee is one of my favorite frames. She to me is a pseudo stealth frame, and I think is definitely like really underrated. She doesn't have a lot of like um, nuking power at high levels, but she's good with crowd control. Her nuking power is like really like early level, like low level. If you want to just be like an ass about it and like hog all the kills. It's also good. Like let's say you get like all your fishes in fisher missions, you can just like start clearing things out. My other one is good too, the range one. Well, no, the strength one I meant, because that one does do damage over time. But overall, like I do prefer this one for the force spam, and I do prefer the second one for just a sonar spam. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I did this all in one take because I have been thinking about this like all week, and I kind of know what I want to say because I do play Banshee a lot. Not a lot, but frequent enough to like know how to explain it to people. And yeah, with that being said, I'm sorry the outro's taking a while. Hope you all have a good day. Hope you all have a good night. This freaking Texas cold is killing me because I am from South Texas. And yeah, man, if you're out there in the cold, be safe. I hope it's not as ugly as it was today. And I will catch you all Thursday. All right? Peace.